Have I got no opening? You guys are pushing too far.
One down.
Too forward. Alright, coming up.
Get that shotgun shit out of here, boy.
Behind.
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Alright, there's one coming out. Right in between us. I don't know if he's part of them. Yep, he is.
Get that bitch.
Got one. He got me too.
Got the other one.
Cool. Come get me. Yep.
Yeah, get him.
He pushed. Get him. Good job. I need Tommy. Two.
Dead.
What's up, bros and hoes, whatever floats your goat? It's Relentless here, bringing you yet another Division 2 build video. Yes, you've heard it right, a Division 2 build. If you thought that the first build I put out, the world's first, was a complete banger, then you are going to absolutely fall in love with this setup. It doesn't require or even consist of more or less using two different weapons as far as your primary and secondary. We're primarily focusing on this one is one particular weapon of choice. In this case, we are running ARs. But before we hop into it, if you happen to be new to the channel, ground and pound that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so that way you know each and every time a new video goes up. And also, let me guys know what you think, whether you have played the beta or you have seen gameplay of the beta. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. But let's hop right into this without further ado. As you can see, yes, I'm still rocking the P416. The base damage on this puppy is actually Fiber 600 stronger than the previous build. And then, of course, I got the FAMAS. As you can see, the fire rate is significantly higher, but then also the damage is also quite a bit lower. But it's an even trade-off. If I can find another P416, I would rock double ARs with it instead of having the FAMAS here. But let's move on to the gear. We'll start out with the Providence Defense set. If you don't know, and if you happen to be new to tuning in to any kind of Division 2 content, for each piece, as you see on the right for the brand set 3 of 3, if you only have one piece of this particular set on, then you would only get 10% skill power. 2 pieces on, you would have both skill power and health, and for having 3, like I do, you have the skill power, health, and weapon damage. And that is true for each and every brand set. Even if you only have one, such as one piece that I have over here that I'll get to in a moment, you still get that very first thing unlocked and able to use it. But in this particular case, we're getting the 5% weapon damage as for having 3. And then, of course, the attributes, as you see below, another 5% assault rifle damage. So from these gloves, I'm getting 10% damage buff to my ARs just from this one piece alone. Now, sticking with the same brand set, let's go to the knee pads. And its attribute is 2792 in health. There's not much really to go over because you keep the same 3, and it doesn't have any other attributes on particularly these 2 pieces as of yet, but I'm pretty sure that will change. So this is going to be a little quick, easy, and simple. And then moving on to the holster, as you can see, the attributes have doubled with 2 things. And we have 2792 in health, and an additional 2792 with health on a kill. Now moving on to the only single piece of gear that I have on here is the Ferris Group AB chest piece. And just for having this one particular chest piece, as you can see, yes, I'm getting another 10% assault rifle damage. And then as its attributes, I'm getting 7.5 crit chance, and then of course hardening and harding plus 10% in armor, and then hard hitting 15% damage to elites. So this is the only piece that I actually have of this particular one because I just wanted the 10% assault rifle damage. So now, just between these 2 pieces alone, I'm getting a total of 20% AR damage. Just for this one chest piece and this set of gloves here. wait, there's more. Let's move on to the backpack. This is a Badger Tough backpack. Plus 7% damage to elites for having one. And then for having two, plus 15% armor percentage on a kill. So I'm getting pretty much 15% armor for every kill. And then when you accompany that with the health on a kill, it's pretty darn OP. So, but we'll get into the character sheet and I'll show you exactly how much health on a kill that I get, where my armor regeneration is, and all that. But its attributes is another 1.5% weapon damage, 2016 bonus armor, and 2016 additional health. Now let's move on to the final piece of this mask, which is I'm using, like I've said before, the 2-piece Badger Tough, so that way I get the first two things. And its attributes, I get an additional 2,094 health on kill, and then also 2094 additional in health. It's pretty dang nasty, if I do not say so myself, and I really actually do say so myself. But let's go on to the character sheet. Right now we are currently looking at the military P416 stats. 10.1 weapon damage, 7.5% crit chance, 40% crit hit damage, 55% headshot damage. And then as you can see when it's listed above the offense, 6.5% all weapon damage bonus. So if I do have two different type of weapons, then I would still bonus would apply to all. But then 15% assault rifle damage for a total of 21.5%. Keep scrolling on down. We have 22% damage to elites. So that definitely comes in handy as well, when especially taking out NPCs and clearing landmarks in the dark zone. My armor is at 132,848. My max health is 12,219. 4,886 health on a kill. So if my max health is 12,219, so basically I'm getting a quarter of my health back with every single kill. Then health regeneration, 6110. And of course I have no hazard protection because it's not really more or less geared into this particular gear brand set right here. But like I said, I'm more or less focusing on gunplay. Now let's go over to the FAMAS. Basically it has the same exact stats, just the damage is a little bit lower, but we have an increased amount of fire rate. And of course we have the snub nose pistol. Does 30.1k weapon damage. It has 7.5% crit chance, 25% crit damage, and 100% headshot damage. Reload time 1.8 seconds. So if I just wanted to goof off and have fun, I can whip out the old snub nose, and it is quite accurate, and then just completely melt them with that as well. No need for rifles or assault rifles. I can just use my pistol if I wanted to. But it's been really enjoyable, and as a added bonus to this, I will go ahead and go over a few other gear pieces. Because we have the D&H holdings, you know, accuracy, crit damage, and crit chance. So if you were going with a crit damage, crit chance build, then you would probably want to invest in the 3 pieces of the Douglas Harding for the additional crit hit damage and the crit hit chance. Now for the Sokolov concern, if you are an SMG player, then you could put on 2 pieces of this and go with the SMG damage along with the additional crit hit damage. And its baked in attributes is 2,094 skill power and an additional 12% damage to elites. The other particular gear brand sets, of course, is the Overlord armaments. As you can see with a rifle, if I wanted to go AR rifle damage, then all you need is 1 piece of this, and then you'll immediately gain 10% rifle damage. And then as you can see in the attributes and talents below, 15% damage to elites and 8346 health. So if I wanted to switch out this one particular chest piece right here and run a rifle, yes, I would lose 10% of AR damage, but I would gain 10% of rifle damage, and it actually hits pretty hard just by it. There's a lot of people actually using it, but I like to be up in your face, cover to cover, and then get right up in there and completely melt you. So if you've seen the PvP gameplay, then you know what I mean. Go check that out. It's actually the last video I posted. I completely melt squads. But moving on, then we have the Petrov defense group. If you're into LMGs, El Chupacabra, the guy I play with, I gave him one of these pieces that gave him LMG damage buff, along with a purple M60, and he completely annihilates folks with that. So glad I could help him out because he sure does that a lot. Just kidding, El. But that's just a couple. A couple other ones are the Richter and Kaiser GmbH. As you can see, hazard protection, pistol damage, and shield skill power. That's, you know, if those that like the D3 and Division 1, then that is the gear set for you. And also, you can craft specialized backpacks right now during the beta. It's no Brent set. You don't really get no bonuses whatsoever, but you do still get attributes. And as you can see on this one, 3.5% crit hit chance, and then 2.5% weapon damage. I was trying to integrate this particular backpack in the build that I'm using now, but I couldn't get the additional pieces that I wanted, and then that would more or less increase this build to 24% weapon damage buff. And then, of course, I had this one if I wanted additional bonus armor or a percentage of cooldown deduction. I guess he knew I was talking about him because he just sent me an invite. Wow. Talking about L. But anyways, I'm pretty sure he's going to see this. But basically, that's all the ones, gear pieces, and brand sets that I have come across thus far. I know there is one that the symbol is a W that I have never seen. Oh, here's another one. The already holdings, 10% accuracy, headshot damage, marksman rifle damage for the snipers out there. And then that's another defense for LMG. But yeah, I think I've drugged on long enough. Just give you those little tidbits. I hope you're enjoying the beta if you haven't. I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying it myself, as you can tell. If you've enjoyed the content, if it's been informative, ground and pound that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications. That way you know each and every time a new video goes up. Thank you all for your love and support. We're almost at 2600. Only a few away. Appreciate it. Let's keep that drive going. Let's hit 3K before the actual full game launches in March. Thank you guys. We'll see you fudging later.